Good, happy Friday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. 2 hospitalized after odor prompts West High School evacuation. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Without an appointment, try like 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
Well, it was all traced back to actually a solution that was being put on the gymnasium floor. Fire department officials tell us it causes nausea and dizziness. West High School students, about 950 of them, were forced to evacuate to the athletic fields after sickening fumes spread through the school.
The students were complaining primarily of headaches and a little bit of difficulty breathing. The one student that was taken in was taken for chest pain. After
investigating, fire officials say they determined it was a floor care product being put on the gym floor that caused the problems.
We had medical staff on scene checking if any students had any medical issues. We determined it was one student and one teacher that were both brought to the hospital.
They were treated and are expected to be okay. Meantime, firefighters went through the school conducting readings to make sure air quality levels were returning to normal. It took about an hour and a half using these giant fans to help ventilate the hallways. Through it all, school officials praised their evacuation orders, saying students followed protocol, making the emergency response easier for everyone.
The fire department, the medical team, and everyone here did an incredible job. Our principal, our students, they were so well behaved, and I'm very impressed in how it went.
And now the building was reopened at about 1:30 this afternoon. And again, those 2 people that were taken to the hospital were treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Live in Manchester, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Greenfield Elementary School closed after staff member receives threat. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
An appointment? 2 weeks.
There has to be an easier way.
Come to Auto Fair Honda, home of the $17.95 oil change.
I don't have an appointment today. Is there any way I can get an oil change?
Of course. We'll have you out of here in 39 minutes or less. Works free.
Servicing your vehicle is fast and easy at Auto Fair Honda. Call or book your appointment online at autofairhonda.com.
Auto Fair makes it happen.
Gene, these cones have been outside of the school since it was shut down early this morning, and now the school is trying to figure out what exactly happened. What would have been a busy Friday before Thanksgiving break at Greenfield Elementary School was anything but.
We were very upfront and honest with what was going on.
The school superintendent says a staff member received a threat before school started. Police were notified, and then the school took action.
We decided that it was in the best interest of the building, safety and security of staff and students, that we dismiss students.
The decision was made during the commute to school. Buses were sent to Oak Park. Parents were notified through a school messenger alert to go there and pick up their children. Roughly 100 kids go to the school.
They came, they picked up their children, they were calm, it was very smooth.
The school is now working closely with state and local police to investigate. No other details were given about the actual threat, but the school says the students are not at risk.
If there's ever a threat that we have to take even slightly serious, then we want to make sure that we do what's in the best interest of students and staff.
If parents have questions or concerns, there will be a meeting here held at the elementary school at 6:30 p.m. on Monday night. Reporting in Greenfield, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Donald Trump National Security Advisor Mike Flynn has called Islam a cancer. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Yeah. I'm only coming out to play. They want to know where I'll be in 5.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Stocks fall, but post weekly gains. Healthcare lags, falls 1%. U.S. equities closed slightly lower on Friday, led by healthcare as investors designated Federal Reserve officials' remarks on mandatory policy and falling oil prices. Giuliani defends foreign business ties. Comparisons to Hillary Clinton are nuts. Let's take a listen to this video from CNN.
Hillary Clinton, big part of his campaign rhetoric, some of his angriest talk was, I am going to appoint a special prosecutor to look into her. Chris Christie was on TV this morning. Other surrogates of Trump have said, look, that's politics. It's over now. Leave it alone. You haven't said that.
Well, I think it's a tough decision. I think it's a tough decision because you have to weigh what Chris is saying, which is that it's been a tradition in our politics to put things behind us. On the other hand, you have to look at how bad was it? Because suppose somebody comes along a year from now and is alleged to have stolen $50,000 from a charity, and she was never investigated for hundreds of millions.
So do it then.
Well, not after you pardon her. You can't do it.
But is it about pardoning or is it about leaving her alone? How do you expect to get anything done with the Democrats if you're still going after Hillary Clinton?
I think that's I don't know what the right answer to that is. I think it's a tough one. It should be given a lot of thought, and it shouldn't be an off-the-cuff answer. The equal administration of justice is one of our most important principles.
But you have the FBI that's taken a look at the foundation stuff. They haven't moved on it.
Why not? Because they were denied a grand jury. They were denied a grand jury by the Eastern District of New York.
But you had Comey, who didn't recommend anything. You had the DOJ who said they didn't think there was anything.
He never got to investigate. He never got to investigate the foundation. So there are legal questions that are more complicated than just saying, let's forget about it. If, in fact, you believe you have a Justice Department that's been corrupted, you got to fix it. And he needs an Attorney General who's going to be like Edward Levy was after Watergate. It's got to be an Attorney General.
You think Comey has to go?
That's a decision for the president. That's a presidential appointment. He's got to make that decision.
Well, it's not easy to get someone out, by the way. It's not a political,
I would think
he's got a term
I would
involved.
think if the president wanted Jim out, Jim would leave. The FBI director can't function without
So you think it's a possibility, but it's up to the president?
That's up to the president, and I think it's a close one. Personally, I trust Jim. I like Jim. He worked for me. He was an assistant U.S. attorney that I trained. And although I had a severe disagreement with him,
Yeah, you've been beating him a fairly big stick about what happened with.
Yeah, but I've never said I believe he was corrupted or dishonest. I believe his judgment was incorrect.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that is it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday night. Good night, everyone. Bye.